Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Kimmarine and this is Rhiski Rhode. Right, so this is a new series that I'm introducing to my channel just because I am embracing new opportunities in life. I have been taking a risk to improve my life. I have been intentional about living a purposeful life and an intentional life, and so I just want to record my journey. I want to document my journey, and I am sure once posted on the internet there will be individuals who come across the videos. I promote it, there will be individuals who will find some sort of interest in seeing what's going on, and so I'm welcoming everybody who clicked this video on the journey with me. So why have I decided to film or just record this new trajectory that I am taking in life? Is because a lot of persons who went on before us and a lot of us that are living, we have not really prioritized our dash. And what do I mean by that? So we have our date of birth and then we have our date of death. We all know our birthdays. So I'm a November girly. I won't necessarily say my birthday right now because I just don't feel like doing it, but I'm a November girl. So I know my date of birth is this date, but we are not clear on when our date of death will be. I won't know the day that I die because I will be dead. But persons living on, family members, if by that time, if I live long enough and I have children, they will know what date their mom died if I die before them. So I don't know what that date will be. Could be today, could be tomorrow, it could be a few years from now, it could be a few days from now, it could be a few weeks. That's just the reality of life. What is important and should be important is the dash. So you do know that when you see the funeral programs, there is the day the person was born and then the day they died. But what separates those two dates is a dash. And the dash is very important. It's super important. Take, for example, my name is Kimmarine and I do have a hyphen. The dash, hyphen, whatever you want to call it, it's truly a hyphen. But there's a hyphen in my name. And that hyphen, if it's not input, if you just spell my name all together for an important document, it doesn't qualify as me, right? You can use a space if the computer system that you're using doesn't allow you to put these characters in. So sometimes the hyphen is considered a character, a special character, and if you're not able to put special characters in, you have to leave a space in my name for it to be Kimmarine, right? My name, because that's what's on my birth certificate. That's my name, and I'm using that as an example to say that the dash is definitely important in my name, and it's quite important also in life. What is our dash really? Our dash is the life that we live. So from the day we were born and to the day we die, that's our dash. The life we live throughout that period is our dash. What are you leaving behind? What legacy are you leaving? Have you lived a fulfilled life when you die? Like what is it? How will your dash be at the end? Are you trying to ensure that your dash is impactful? Are you trying to ensure that that hyphen right there is so strong that it leaves a legacy that your children themselves has to ensure that their dash is also important. Your descendants, they're ensuring that their dash is also important because you did so well. And I realized that in this life that we are living, we get into routines, we get into the system. So our parents nurture us, raise us and grow us, send us to school as soon as we're like 3. If I'm from the Caribbean, so I grew up in a time where it's not, I'm not gonna say there wasn't a lot of daycares. Well, my mom was a basic school. What's this, pre-K is what they call it in the United States. So she was a principal for that school growing up. So ever since I was a baby, I was in school. So, but I know that for majority of folks, they go to that school once they turn 3 years old, and then they branch off into primary school or elementary school once they're 6 years old. So like for 3 years of your life, you are in pre-K, or what we would have called back in the days, or perhaps it's still being called that in Jamaica, basic school. So our parents send us to pre-K, and then to elementary or primary school, and then to high school, and then we get to decide, do we want to go into the working world immediately after high school? Do we want to go learn a skill? Do we want to advance our education by getting a undergraduate degree, then perhaps master's and doctorate, go out in the working world? Whatever the case is, usually at the time that you leave high school, it's no your decision, right? You're responsible for the choice that you make. Sometimes it's heavily influenced by your parents, so you probably want to go learn a trade or a skill, but your parents, they encourage you just get that undergraduate degree, so you have it under your belt, and then you can decide whatever you want to do. But what I'm really saying is that we have been programmed for far too long, or just a system of just going with the flow. You go to school, get good grades, even if that's not your academia, is not your thing, you are kind of forced to get A's and stuff like that. I wasn't academically challenged, thankfully, but I do know that there are some persons who are just not good academically, but they're very brilliant, intelligent, bright people, bright minds in physical stuff and doing other things, right? And the whole system of like academics, I've never really loved it, the whole testing and quizzing and all of that. As I said earlier, I've always been good at those stuff, but I don't enjoy it because I love learning, but I just don't like the whole system behind schools and stuff like that. So it's not, I always say school is not really my thing, but yeah, school is not a lot of person's thing, and they're very good and they've excelled tremendously in life. Flunk out of school, drop out of school, and they're amazing, and they've done so well compared to people who are A students and just go all the way up to their doctorates, and they have many degrees and they're doing well in corporate lifestyle or whatever the case is. Kudos to them, but everybody doesn't have the same path. So yes, we are kind of in a structured system from the day we were born. Life is supposed to be like this, you're supposed to attain this, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. So it's like structured. And when we're growing up, there are, I guess, activities that we would have been introduced to, or that would have piqued our interest, and we fell in love with different stuff. But once it's not like traditional, or a lot of persons don't think it's considered as, you know, a successful career path. It's usually placed in a category of like leisure, or just something that shouldn't be taken seriously. So we are just forced to choose things that the masses or society believe is what you should be doing with your life. And I don't know, I don't feel like God created so many of us, and we're all very special. None of us are the same. It's 8.2 million, or billion, I should say, I'm sorry, people on earth. I'll correct it, 8.7, 8.2, I'm not remembering right now. Billion people on earth, and not one of us shared the same fingerprint with anyone else. Like, that's insane, right? So the mere fact that we aren't the same physically, we do resemble each other from time to time. Family resemble each other. Some of us have similar personalities, you know, because culture and other sphere of influence and interest and all of that, it influences who we are. But none of us are the same. If you were born a twin, you're still not the same. Very similar, you're identical in looks, but you are still not the same. So it's really funny how we're all different, but we're being trained, we're all being trained to think the same, do stuff the same. Like, this is the process. Lawyer, doctor, nurses, nurse practitioner, in the medical field, IT specialists, military personnel, just the common career path is what's promoted heavily in society. And I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel as though it has worked, because you see, it's working because we're living in a society where we're seeing the impact of it. But I am strongly of the belief that God created all of us with a purpose, right? And your mom didn't get your purpose because you're not your mom, and your mom isn't you. Your dad didn't get your purpose because you're not your dad, and your dad isn't you. So there are many situations where your dad was a doctor, you fell in love with being a doctor from you were small. It's really your passion, and you became a doctor. And then you probably have a daughter who just the same fell in love with it. Like, they're also passionate about it. It's not, oh, because my mom or it's in the family, or it's like a tradition in our family, why I have to pick it up. Some cases that's the case, but there are situations where, like, certain career path or purpose or interest is like a traditional, or it's in your lineage. So I'm not disputing that, right? But there are many instances where that's really not the case. Your child, you want her to become a lawyer, right? But she really just wants to become a photographer. That's her passion, and she enjoys doing it, and she feels as though she provides a different light of the world to other people. That's how she feels like she's fulfilling her purpose. And we do need that. We do need those individuals. But you can't see that because that's not the vision you have for your child. But your child has a vision for herself or for themselves. So yeah, I know it sounds like I'm rambling, but the point I'm trying to make is that I have decided that I am going to follow the vision that I've written about it. I can't stop thinking about it. When I pray about it to see if it's the right thing for me, I've been directed in the path that yes, do it. My mind has not yet been changed. And I am deciding that, hey, I am going to conceptualize this thing and put in whatever work is necessary to attain this thing, because there's no way this is what's constantly in my brain. I don't have the passion to go be a lawyer, even though somebody's telling me that, hey, you'd be a good lawyer. I don't have the passion or the interest to go be a psychologist because that's what people see. That's valuable, like a valuable characteristic of mine. It's so many things that others see in you, and it's interesting to note those things that people see in you, because it helps you to see, where kind of to navigate your interest and your career. But when there's just something in you and it's not going away, and it's not like you're confused, it's just that nothing else is appealing or serving you the way that you really would want, I think you should, well, it's my belief that you should go for it. And if you fail, what's the worst thing that can happen? Really and truly, if you fail, you get to learn from it, and you get to do things differently the other time, the next time you try, So what is stopping you? What's stopping me? So Rhiski Rhode is just me taking on not just challenges. I don't want to say challenges, but Rhiski Rhode is just me being intentional and purposeful in the way I live my life, because I believe that I should have a valuable dash. We all have to go, we all have to die, so I shouldn't fear my date of death, but I should ensure that my dash, my life lived, is so great and so impactful. Probably it's not for other people. Well, I would hope it is, but probably it's not for other people, but I would be satisfied when I die that I have lived a life that was for me, not something that was forced on me and I was always uncomfortable in living, and I'm just miserable, and yeah, I don't want to live like that. And that is what Rhiski Rhode is about. Rhiski Rhode is about having fun in living. Rhiski Rhode is about starting new opportunities. Rhiski Rhode is about being Kimmerin totally. I have suppressed myself. I've suppressed myself in many ways, trying to not offend, trying to steer away from, others' opinion, and I don't see where that has been working out for me. And I am being intentional about not really caring much about what other people think or how other people will see me, because at the end of the day, we do not have the same assignment. Might be similar, but not the same. We're not the same. You have your own assignment, you have your own purpose on earth, and if something that I am doing is not for you, then stop following, stop watching my video. Just take away yourself from such thing, because why would you be torturing yourself, to be consuming something that isn't for you? It doesn't make any sense to me. You know that you're not supposed to, drink vinegar raw, like not just shots, but just like a bottle, like a 16-ounce bottle of vinegar. You're not supposed to do that, but you say, oh well, I know I'm not supposed to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and drink it. And I drink it and I feel bad about it, and I went again and I drink it, and I continue doing it. Why are you torturing yourself? Why are you trying to get rid of yourself. Like, why are you hurting yourself so much by consuming stuff that's not for you? Don't consume things that aren't for you. You know, there's no sense in that. Why would you be consuming content that is damaging to your growth, damaging to your morals? Like, don't do that to yourself. There's plenty of people out there, and you must find something that suits you. And the beauty of it, if it is that there isn't much barrier to entry when it comes on to like creating content and putting things out there. So if you're not finding your cup of tea per se, or something that is for you, I would advise you to be the first. Create what it is that you're looking for. You will find a community for sure, and then persons will be motivated, because that's how community impact works. They'll be motivated to create their own little community as well, because you paved the way for them to do that, and then there will be more of you, so you can find your, you know, full community around the world. So don't force yourself to consume anything you're not, you know, interested in. So I will be posting, I will be fully coming to YouTube to just record and post my life, because it's always been something that I want to do, or I have had interest in. Not to say like, okay, YouTube is a sole income or whatever the case may be. That's not it. I just think it is fun. I think it's interesting. I am someone who journals, and I like going back to photos, and it can bring back my memory of things that happened during the time, and the nostalgia and the feelings and stuff like that. So I definitely believe that recording and documenting your life kind of promotes growth too, because when you look back and you say, oh wow, I just can't identify with who that person is or was in that video. It kind of put things into perspective. And also, if you have documented your life in such a way, you have a legacy or something for your children or your grandchildren who probably won't get to know you, because that's the reality of life. You can look back and say, oh, that was my grandma, I can see myself in that video. I can see that I'm very much like her, or some of that sort. So it's important to document. We all have the ability to, we have the devices to, so why not do it? So it's definitely something that I am excited for, super excited, because I don't know how long, I don't know when my dash will end, and I am trying my best to like embrace everything, new opportunities, new career, just everything new, everything fresh. And I want to take you guys along. I want to build a community. And yes, thank you so much for watching.